Hello once again, people. I just want to do a real quick video on this topic because I know it's not a fandom that I really focus on. It is one that I've been part of since childhood, however, which is why I feel kind of qualified to speak on this. I mean, as much as one can be qualified to be allowed to speak on a topic. And that's this whole Power Rangers movie coming out. And there seems to be a lot of people, confused as to what exactly this is and what it's meant to be and everything. And I'm seeing a lot of excuse me, seeing a lot of frankly ignorant statements being tossed around about this movie. Um, and it frankly irks me. Okay, now when you ask the average Joe Schmo about this movie, and sadly they have it in their head that this movie is supposed to be, an adaptation of the original series. That they're essentially, adapting what it was, modernizing it. It's supposed to follow the original series, which means, of course, in the sequel we're guaranteed to have Tommy, and then in the next one we're guaranteed to have the Thunder Zords, and we're probably gonna lose Jason and Kimberly and Trini, but that's okay because we'll get new people, or not Kimberly, sorry, it's Jason, Zach, and Trini, but we'll get new people. And then the next one we lose Kimberly because they go to the Zeo Zords and after the Ninja Zords and oh god. All that. People think this is legit supposed to be a step by step, one movie per original series franchise adaptation of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They want Goldar there as the lackey. They want Finster there making the monsters. They want Squad and what's his name, Boba, I think. They want Bulk and Skull throughout as comic relief. And that stuff, works in a series. When you have a series, you can have the lackeys. You can have the running jokes, the returning comedy and everything, but this is a movie. And what's more, I don't know who told you this was supposed to be an adaptation, because it's not, and they've never billed it as such. The entire point of this movie is to be a complete reimagining of the entire concept of the Power Rangers. Completely separate continuity, completely separate everything. They exist in isolation. This is not a Sentai film. This is not a TV series adaptation. This is a film that's essentially starting from square one with the concept of the Power Rangers. Now, just for the sake of fandom, they have kept and retained a few things. Rita Repulsa's your villain. Zordon's your mentor. Alpha 5 is there to help in the command center. They went with the Dino Zords, etc. But they are not beholden to anything. So when the Zords don't look the same as they did in the show, that's on purpose. When the suits don't look the same as they did in the show, that's on purpose. When Rita isn't some witch who stays up in her moon castle throwing her wand down to make the monsters grow and instead goes out there and fights herself, that's on purpose. This is not supposed to be an adaptation of a Power Ranger series, especially not one that was so limited that they had to work with whatever the Sentai series gave them to work with. They had to reuse footage, etc. This is something that they have complete creative freedom and free reign with. And I noticed the same thing with the recent revelation of Goldar as a toy, mind you. Because we all know toys never look off from the final product on screen. That never happens. And people are freaking out about it because he's not the Egyptian bat monkey. He instead looks kind of dragony in terms of his face, at least. And honestly, it's a design that I think works because it meshes with all the things we've seen so far, all the way things have been designed so far. Now, if you think that you don't like the way things have been designed so far, good for you. But what I think is weird is seeing all these people who were actually okay with everything up to this point, who legitimately expected Goldar to be the exact same Goldar that we saw in the TV series in terms of looks, just somehow less stupid. That I don't understand. This is a legitimate case of me wondering what people were expecting. And no, I'm not even shilling for the movie at this point. I've got no clue whether or not it's going to be good. I hope it will be. I've seen things that give me some, confidence that it's probably going to be more likely good than bad. But, this is a case of I don't understand how you could take a look at this and think that this is somehow a bad design or out of place with everything else when it's actually in place with everything else. And you were okay with everything else. Like, it fits with the whole bioorganic, techno-organic feel they're going for. I mean, even Alpha looks like he was created based off some alien species. In fact, he may have actually originally been a member of an alien species for all we know. And actually killed by Rita, and that was Zordon's way of bringing him back, so to speak. That little vortex we see up in his head could be the salvaged memories of a long dead creature. It could be part of the morphing grid given sentience. Maybe these things really did live at one point and then Rita almost killed them all and that's how they exist now. I don't know. We don't know yet. But they're very clearly going for a techno-organic thing here. Right down to the armor that the Rangers have. And when it shows up with Goldar and people act like they're surprised, I don't know what you were expecting. I guess that's basically it. I really don't know what people expected to happen with all this. At any rate, that being said, I'm actually very excited for that movie. I really do hope it's good. I've been a fan of this series since literally the day it came out. I mean, I can honestly say I was there, day one as a kid. I actually made my entire family sit down and watch that big old premiere event they had for when Zed first showed up and his putties, and like, it was just, I mean, I'm not even kidding. My sister, my mom, my dad. So, I mean, it's not like I'm some Johnny-come-lately fan. It's not like I don't really care about this series. It is literally part of my childhood. That said, no matter what this movie does, it can't take that from me. So, no, I'm not going to run around screaming about ruined childhood even if it sucks. I see no point. At any rate, that'll do it for this time around. I guess, I'm open to a conversation about it in the comments down below. And I will catch you guys later. See ya.